G'day everyone, this is Health Highlights. Health Highlights is a show about health professionals and the people and the stories behind the names we hear about but we seldom get to meet. Now we all know that dogs are our best friend, but did you know that dogs are also fantastic therapy? And so today we're here with Delta Therapy Dogs, and Trish and Ralph. How are you guys?
We're good.
We're great, thank you.
Thanks so much for allowing us to come and see what these amazing dogs, and Jazzy, what these amazing dogs can do. Now, statistics are out there saying that the dogs, when they come to a residential care or into a high school or with kids, that there is an amazing therapy that they bring. They can lower blood pressure, they can decrease pain, they increase endorphins, they actually increase wellness and mood, and it just lifts people's moods and attitudes, and they're a fabulous way of bringing healing and health to many people who potentially are struggling with illnesses or struggling with some sort of mental condition. So, guys, how did you guys get involved in Delta Therapy Dogs?
Well, we were very lucky. We had one of our dogs went to a lady who was heavily involved in Delta. Yep. And she was one of the people who was instigated Delta in Newcastle. That dog was used for Delta, and because of that we became involved when we both retired. We were able to take our dogs along to the different facilities and thoroughly enjoyed the experience.
Fantastic. And so did you just connect with the caring aspect of it, or because you had dogs yourself and you thought that was something that they could do, or did you actually get dogs in hindsight?
No, I've had Goldens for many years, and Trish and I have been active with our Goldens, and we just found they were the perfect dog to take into the facilities. They're not the only dog, there's many dogs, different breeds.
Yeah, great.
But our dog's very calm and very calming for the people, which is nice.
Yeah, wonderful. And so can you tell us a little bit about Jazzy? She's a beautiful Golden Retriever. How old is she and how long has she been involved?
Well, Jazzy's 10, or a bit over 10. She's been involved with this facility and for
3 years.
3 years.
Yeah, okay.
And she also goes along to Belmont Library, where she loves the children. She sits and you swear she was reading the book with them.
Wow.
So, but the Goldens are one of many breeds they use, and they're just beautiful temperament, and they love to please people, which is really nice.
And you were saying that not every dog goes to all the places. Dogs are orientated to particular areas. Can you sort of explain a little bit more about why that is?
The nature of the dog is such that Millie, one of our younger ones, goes to Katara High School. Yep. She's a little bit more flamboyant and a bit more, always got a smile on her face, yep. Interacts very well with children, as all our girls do. Yep. Jazzy tends to go along to this facility and relates to the older people, which is great, and the children at the library. Misty goes to the John Hunter Hospital and Rankin Park and the Nexus unit, and she loves it there. She makes the staff smile, the kids smile. She's very relaxed, which tends to lower the tone of the place. Yep. And that's...
Ruby and Abby? Ruby and Abby?
Oh, Ruby and Abby are our next generation of therapy dogs, and they're different in personality, but they will fit in perfectly with what we need. And
so are the dogs trained a little bit around the different facilities in terms of you sort of help them, or you just go, you know what, their temperament is more suited to that particular environment?
We do special training and get them used to elevators and teaching them that it's okay to put their feet up on the bed, or okay to, sometimes the people are maybe incapacitated in various ways, their arms or legs or whatever, and the dog knows what hand's going to pat them. Yep. They know that certain people will allow them to put their feet up on the bed. It's just, there's almost like a chemistry between the people and the dog knows that these people want to be responding to them and stimulated by them.
So good. So can you tell us a little bit about the Delta program? How does it work out here in the Hunter? So what are some of the areas that the dogs go to, and when do they see the residents and all that?
Well, the facilities pay a fee to Delta, and that fee covers the insurance, the training, and for the dog to go into that facility. The dogs can be anything from a Chihuahua to a Newfoundland. They don't have to be any specific breed. Certain dogs are definitely suited to different facilities. Our girls go to Rankin Park, which is a rehab unit. They also go to the Nexus unit and John Hunter Children's Wards.
Wonderful.
They go to Belmont Library, which is a lovely facility where the children read to the dog. They come here to Kumbala, which is a lovely aged care facility. The staff here interact really well with the dogs, and Jazzy enjoys every moment here.
So good.
We put our red shirts on in the morning and they're ready to go, and they know it's their turn. Millie goes to Katara High School, where she interacts with the special classes and the whole staff, and she's always got a smile on her face and very loving.
So you've alluded to it, but what are the benefits for the residents or for the kids? And then what are the benefits for the dogs? Because obviously there's a benefit for them as well, and they obviously must enjoy it.
Oh, the dogs enjoy their visits. They look forward to seeing various people. They connect with people. The people, when you walk in, you can't walk 10 metres down through John Hunter Hospital without someone smiling or wanting to say hello. They relate to people with special needs. They go up to people who they know, they get that body language, and they know that that person would love to pat them.
And so what about the benefit? What are you hearing about the benefit of, say, the residents or the people in the John Hunter or the kids? Are they really noticing it? Like, are the people, the workers noticing a significant change?
Oh, definitely. The tone, you can walk into sometimes a fairly stressful situation, and the whole tone settles down. The people here get great stimulus from the dogs in their attitude, the way they talk to the dog. Sometimes we might well not be there, they're talking to the dog and they become very attached to that dog. They obviously have benefits that we don't see. The dogs relate very closely to those people, and they really enjoy it.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, look, you'll have seen some footage of the dogs interacting with some of the residents here at Kumbala, and we appreciate Kumbala allowing us to come into their facility. What we're going to do now is we're going to jump across to Katara High, and we're going to show you Millie, and Trish is going to show us the incredible work they do with the kids there around autism and all that sort of thing. So thank you. We'll see you at Katara High. And hey everyone, look, here we are at Katara High in their special needs sensory room, and we've got beautiful Millie. How are you, Millie? Is that yummy? Oh, look, it's beautiful. It's great to be here at Katara High as well. And we've got Trish with us. Now, Trish,
hi.
What do you do when you come to the schools here?
Well, I've been coming for about 8 months now, and I work with the special ed kids at the school, the support unit. So they have 3 classrooms here. One of them is an autistic class, one is a multi-category class, and one is a hearing impaired classroom. So I just spend my time and go from one class to the other and just work with the kids. It's good fun.
Oh,
Love
how
it.
much fun is that?
I know.
And look, you didn't see that, but we've just walked through the school and just about every kid came out and wanted to pat the dogs, and just the love was just amazing. It was just beautiful to see all these kids, whether they would be in the special needs area or just normal kids that were milling around the school. So it was wonderful to see all these kids just drawn to the dogs. Now, in terms of the kids that you're working with, what do you actually do with those kids?
Okay, so when I go into the autistic class, there's a few children in there that are a little bit, they're happy to see Millie, but they don't really want to touch her. There's other kids that might be just sort of sitting there and a little bit slumped, and Millie will just come and sit next to them. So they do their work and they just pat her, and it just calms them down and makes them focus. Then I go into the multi-category class, and they're usually doing English, or I've learnt all sorts of things in that classroom. So has Millie. And we go in and I just walk my way around each of the kids, and then she has a special little mat in the classroom, and one of the young boys usually gets that down for her, and if they're watching a video they all curl up on their bean bags, and Millie just goes and plonks herself in the middle, and they give her lots of love, and it's just a very calming thing. And then I visit the hearing impaired class, and they're just delightful. So they've learnt, especially one of the boys, to do tricks, well not tricks, but just basic commands for Millie. So they've learned how to use their sign language to make her come, to shake, to sit, to down. One of the boys has tried to teach her how to smooch, where they have to stick a nose through.
Oh, right.
She does it usually very well, and he's in the process of trying to make her crawl, but that's that's a work in progress.
Well, you'll see some of the footage that we've been rolling about him trying to make a call. It didn't quite happen, but it was beautiful to see him making his commands and interacting with the dog. So what do the teachers say about the benefit to the kids when Millie comes in?
The teachers are just, they are so excited. The kids sit and wait. They know that Tuesdays is our visit day and they're all prepared. They've got the bean bags out. They're ready to greet Millie. The teachers think it's fabulous. It's very calming. I remember one day I came to the school and I could hear one boy having a huge meltdown outside. Something had upset him and he was very upset and making some very loud noises. And Millie just went up. He had his head over. Millie just came up and just snuck her head in underneath, and the boy just said, "Oh, Millie's here," and he gave her a big hug. He calmed down almost straight away, and he was back in the classroom in 5 minutes. So they sort of said they wish that I was here all the time just to help with moments like that. But she not only interacts with the support unit kids and the staff, but also the staff at the school. So it usually takes me 15 minutes to get through the office before
we saw that.
Before I start, and I'm always here at a recess, so I have lots of kids coming up and saying hello to her. It's good fun.
So good. Now, one of the things that they've often talked about is the fact that kids actually read better and they actually interact with language better when they read to a dog. So you do. What are some of the programs that you do in the classrooms, and why? What's the benefit for kids to read to a dog?
Well, reading is fabulous. Reading to a dog just makes the kids not feel self-conscious about what they're doing. So there's 2 programs. I take one of our girls, Jazzy, to Belmont Library every Thursday, and she has 4 kids that come in and read to her, and the benefits of seeing what the reading level is when they start and how their confidence levels to when they finish 8 weeks later is quite amazing.
Wow, that's great. There's
been a couple of kids that have come back and had a second go. In the school we have K9 in the classroom, so that's what Millie's doing. If we wanted to, Millie would be able to do the reading program, the bark reading program with the kids here, but at the moment we just do whatever we feel is appropriate at the time. So it's nothing structured.
Wonderful.
Yeah, we just come in and do what we do, and
Well, look, thank you so much for your insight.
You're welcome.
And thank you, Millie, and also Jazzy. And look, I'm sure you guys have found that absolutely fascinating today to hear from Delta Dogs.
Delta Therapy Dogs.
Delta Therapy Dogs, sorry. And what you guys are doing in the schools and in the residential cares and in the hospitals, just making life better and just bringing health and healing through interaction and through what the animals bring. So if you've got any more interest in that, there'll be details on the screen right now. Delta Therapy Dogs do work on donation, so if you would like to donate to them, we would love you to do so, and we'll give you the information there. Look, thank you so much for joining us, and thank you, Trish and Ralph. Thanks, Ralph, for your time today.
No worries.
Look, we'll see you the same time next week. Remember, healing is a gift, health a responsibility. Have a fabulous week. Thank you so much.